Hi everyone, welcome to St Albans Property Meet, August 2025. We've got the host, partner in crime, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you too.
And Mary's going to give us some insight. Mary's a property entrepreneur as well. How did you get into property? Because you've had other businesses. How did you get into property investment for the audience?
I've been in property since 2005. I think I
Wow, so 20 years.
something like
So you've
that.
done 2 decades
So,
experienced.
Quite frankly, I was fortunate enough to be in a family where they encouraged bricks and mortar. And so therefore it's by no surprise that both my brother and sister have also got some properties that look after them.
So for the audience, what type of properties have you invested in? So they know.
They are HMOs and single lets or buy to lets as you call them.
Yep.
And that has, for me, I don't do service accommodation, at least not at the moment.
At the moment. And are they, with the changes and the property uplift, because you might have got in there before the big spurt,
I did.
are they still
did.
cash flowing the properties?
Oh, absolutely. In truth, I would say because of the age of them. So I got involved. You said to me, how did I get involved in property? When I did get involved, again, I was having a career break. So my daughter was just in between schools and she needed a little bit of extra attention. So I took a couple of years out of running a full-time business.
Yeah.
And I got bored. So I thought, okay, this is a good time to do what else I want to do, which is go and start investing in property. And I would take my daughter, then aged between 9 and 10, and we would go shopping. And we would choose an area to go, and I would know the agents, the letting agents, I say letting agents, but the agents in that area. Bedford was one of my prime areas.
Is that where you've got your portfolio in Bedford?
A lot of.
Good. Just to summarise, bit of advice for the audience watching this. So Mary's told us that she's got to know an area really well. Then for legacy planning, she took her daughter. If you follow us on the socials, you see I take the children everywhere as well.
Yeah,
Normally I've got two sons and they so important, and made an experience and then invested in the area that you built knowledge on.
Yeah, but I used to only have about 1 day or 2 days, so I built a relationship with those agents so that they knew that if I said I was going to do something, that I would do it.
Wow.
All right. So when I said that I would be there on a Tuesday, and the roads that I was interested in might be Chaucer Road, Linden Road, Ashburton Road, I'd have specific names.
So there's specifics in Bedford.
Yeah, and I would say that's what I was looking for. So if they had properties on those roads, to be on those roads and to show me.
For the audience, what kind of yields are they getting those properties right now? So if I had a property, say 200-300 grand, how much kind of percentage do you reckon the rent will be? Because a lot of people don't know which areas to go, because as they come down south, it gets to a point certain properties are not even worth investing anymore.
Absolutely. So if you've got a property that is valued in or around 150 grand, then you should be looking at a return of something like £1,000 a month.
So
if
you're
it's
looking.
On a buy-to-let.
So I'm working out about 8%. Not bad. That's pretty good.
I'm not sure, but for me it works because I've had them for quite a long time.
Yeah, you've had the appreciation.
And
the mortgage is really low now.
You've got it.
Because
now this is where you come into your own with all your background. You get it. So if you invest in property over a long period of time, if you look at it both ways, the rent goes up. If you actually pay down your debts a little bit, you're winning two-sided. So simply by keeping that property and like paying a bit here, giving a little bit of extra there, having the rental increases, it all adds up. So in the end, it's sort of become quite viable.
So what Mary's talking about is the power of inflation. So the wealthy people own assets because inflation becomes your friend when you own assets. Because the property appreciates because of inflation and time going up, whereas incomes don't keep up, and the debt becomes less. So if I bought a property, say 100,000, I had a 70,000 mortgage, over 10, 20 years it doubled, and it became 200,000, the mortgage is still 70,000 and it's not worth the same because the asset, and people don't realize inflation actually is where the wealthy really make money from, and that's what you've got to do. That's why I always say one of the best asset classes.
The bottom line is bricks and mortar, it does work, but it works over time. Then if you are fortunate, you can build up those amount of, or multiply those assets, then over the period of time, you become a whole lot stronger.
And structuring it, which I was saying to Mary, is so important.
Absolutely.
Because tax, if you do it smart, can become your friend, but if it's not done properly, it become a detriment, and that's what's happening to a lot of landlords at the moment. Tax is, especially if they bought properties in their own name, because of Section 24, they're getting hammered because of tax on interest, it's called. So knowledge is power. Mary, thank you for sharing so much value.
Thank
Love
you.
it, St Albans Property Meet. Got Richard here, who's the host of St Albans Property Meet, and he's trying to add his different taste and value to it. And it's August, and we've got a few entrepreneurs here. Richard, thank you so much.
Good to
guys.
see you again, Z. Thank you.
And Richard, got a bit of a firm handshake, testing me how strong I am. Richard's been helping entrepreneurs, not only facilitating conversations, but one thing, helping ourselves with Awaken to Business.
That's correct.
Got the name right. It's basically an EA outsourcing from Philippines.
Yeah, Awaken to Business, we provide various different services for people who want to grow and scale their businesses. So, the key here is not being the business, not doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
It's about, if you want to grow and scale, then you need to be working on the business and not in it. So that's what we help people do. So there's three things that you need.
Just to stop there,
Yes.
I know a lot of people think that's a cliche, but it's so true. Someone who provides his services as an accountant, tax advisor, property tax specialist, and what we find is people can't do stuff if they're too ingrained in the business. Number one step is, how do I make time to work on the business? That's where this guy comes in. So please expand on that.
And there's a lot of things that, common roadblocks that people have. Like, it will take me so long to show somebody how to do it, I might as well do it myself. Or nobody can do it as well as I can.
You got Annabelle who'll be on the camera today. She's smiling because those conversations have been had.
There you go. It happens all the time. And this is how people become trapped in their business. They run out of time. There's things that they should be doing, but they're not doing because they never get round to it. And it just limits their growth. So as soon as people learn how to let go, and
just to jump in, because I think you really made a real point, because there's a lot of value there. I know how I try to evaluate it, but what's your suggestion? How do you evaluate what you should give away and what you should keep? Because there's a process, isn't it?
There is a process. So it's a good idea, if you're running a business, to actually spend some time, maybe a month, logging your time and every day recording what are the things that I'm doing, what's taking up my time. And when you do that for over a period of time, you'll probably find that there's about 80% of the things that you're doing that actually you could give to somebody else. And in some instances, they're going to do it better than you. In some instances, they'll do it as well as you. And in some instances, they won't do it as well as you. But don't worry about that, okay? If they can do it 80% as well as you can, that's better than you spending time doing that. And they will get better at it, okay? They will improve. So it's removing that limiting belief, and then it's not just about people, it's about having a system, it's about having a process, it's about using the right software. Dare I say it, AI, okay? Right now,
Before we start on AI, great, so much value. The way I look at it is, once we work out the task, our value, what's the value attached to it? If my highest rate is £500 to £1,000 an hour, or even higher, not to scare people, right? Whereas I've got a task that's lower than that, say £25 to £50 or £50 to £100, then, and it's repeatable, it makes sense to invest and get someone else to do it. Have a way, he's talking about a standard operating procedure, SOP, as you called it, right? Putting that in place, because that's going to save you loads of time. And then it's repeatable. Then you concentrate on the higher end, you make more money and more profitable. Sorry to interrupt. That's how I look at it.
And no, you're looking at it 100% correct. That is what it's about. Know your hourly rate. What are you worth? And then anything you can delegate to somebody else for less than your hourly rate, you do that. And that's how people end up running multiple businesses. And when you've got lots of different businesses like you have, doing different things, then you're building protection for your wealth and for yourself.
Huge,
okay?
huge.
Multiple income streams through different businesses.
To add insight, because there's so much value, this works for multiple type of business, because we deal with a lot of trading businesses like I've got, property business like I've got, and Richard's got both of these type of businesses. It works for anywhere where you've got repeatable tasks. You can structure, systemize, get someone else to do it, buy your time, and be an entrepreneur. And we were talking about some other value like mergers and acquisitions, buying property, all the fun stuff that needs your high skill as an entrepreneur. Doing the admin doesn't necessarily need your skill.
You know, going on the internet and looking for properties and looking for deals, you know, search land, you know, looking for land, whatever it is, that is time consuming. You can have some, you brief them correctly, you tell them what you're looking for, and it's set and forget, and then they can just go out there, they can do this stuff.
We're going to tag Richard into this as always. If you ever come to St Albans Property Meet, you meet people like Richard and other really great entrepreneurs. He's building on the environment that Craig and Julie made previously, which is a great environment, and he can help you systemize and structure your business and get your time back. Richard, thank you so much.
Thanks very much,
Really
Lee. Always a pleasure. Thanks.
St Albans Property Meet. We've got one of the regulars from the St Albans Property Meet, and you love this guy's name, Fabrizio.
Nice to meet you. Hi everyone.
Firm handshake. Everyone's got handshakes firm these days. Right, Fabrizio is telling us how his entrepreneur journey is, and I love this because he's come from another culture, environment, coming to the UK and got his hands up, as I said, he's rolled up his sleeves and got it going. Fabrizio,
Absolutely.
you started service accommodation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How did you get started? Because service accommodation is not easy. So please tell the audience how
It's
you
not
did it.
easy. My background here in England is hospitality, so just drifting into service accommodation was quite natural, to be fair. So I kind of merging the two things, hospitality and property, into one thing. So I love it, you know, and I've got something here in St Albans.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's a rent to service accommodation,
correct,
rent to
yes.
SA. How did you learn about this strategy before? Did you invest in some knowledge before you did it? Or
Absolutely.
Did you,
I think knowledge is extremely important. First of all, you wouldn't be able to get into something that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it could be quite dangerous and risky. So knowledge is important. Get as much knowledge as possible. And then you need to meet the right people that are going to help you get there. Especially if you're starting a new business, you want to be in a position of knowing the right people to ask the right questions that can lead you faster in the place that you want to get.
Wow. So you started a rent to SA, you've got one unit.
Yes.
Are you looking for other units now?
No, I've got one here, one that we just started off in Stevenage with the same partner that I met here in this sort of meeting.
Have you structured it for a company or have you done it in your own name?
So it's through a company. So
excellent. So you've got a limited company that's got the agreement.
Correct.
Excellent.
Correct.
So you're doing that and you are subleasing, what we call it. What I mean by that is that you pay someone rent, the landlord, and
that is
then you
correct.
get a margin because you're doing daily.
Yes.
And on that.
Every deal is slightly different. So we do pay part rent to the landlord, but also part profit. So it really depends on the landlord. So the communication with the landlord is really key. Understanding what they want to get out of the property, and you need to be there supplying what they require. So once you merge that thing, then you can make it work.
So you've got an agreement where you're paying a monthly charge depending on performance, so they're getting it. So they're basically giving a subleasing. It was really careful to get the agreement right and structure for tax because later, a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So you got started, you're getting a few, and you love this strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. So far we closed up July at 94% occupancy.
Wow.
4.8 stars on Airbnb. I mean, it's doing amazing. It's doing amazing.
So this is what's possible with the right mindset, that belief in yourself, and getting the right team around you. Fabrizio, thank you
Thank
so
you, Zee.
much. Really appreciate it. That's St Albans Property Meet for you.